We've had the opportunity to go on about 100 international training trips to almost 40 countries. There have been some pretty amazing experiences, and as you can imagine, we've made a good number of mistakes along the way. We hope that you'll be able to learn from our mistakes as you travel and serve in the name of Jesus. Over the last few years, we've done a number of trainings for Syrian leaders by bringing them over the border to Beirut, where it's much safer for them and for us. But the opportunity came for us to do several trainings inside Syria, and that presented a few more issues, as you can probably guess. The US government wouldn't issue a visa, so we had to go through other channels to secure permission from the Syrian government. The day arrived for us to travel, and I met our Syrian host in Beirut, and then we traveled to the border. They spoke the language, of course, and so all I had to do was look confident and follow along. Everything went smoothly. All the documents were stamped, the checkpoints were all cleared, the searches complete, and we were in. The trainings went awesome. I love these brothers and sisters. The next season, we decided to do several more trainings in different regions within Syria, so we planned all the details again. I traveled to Beirut and waited at the airport for my Syrian host to arrive, but he didn't. And after about 30 minutes, a taxi driver appeared with my name written on a cardboard sign. He handed me a cell phone, and my host was on the line. He explained that they were a bit delayed and that I should go with the driver to another location and wait for them there. After some time, we received another phone call explaining that they were going to be later than they expected and that we should make our way to the border and they would meet us there. So we set out for the Syrian border and we waited again. Another phone call explains that they are just not going to be able to get there in time. So we should just go through the border process and see what happens. Then they added, oh, you'll need to show them the visa that we sent you a copy of on WhatsApp last month. What? We never did that before, and where am I going to find a printer now? Well, we did find a printer, and I had a copy of the visa, except that it was printed out only in the middle third of the document. That's all I had, a blurry partial copy of a visa, no language skills, and a taxi driver who spoke no English. As you can probably imagine, I was nervous, but I kept moving ahead. It took longer than we expected, but after lots of computer searching, eyeing me up and down, and discussions behind the counter, we finally heard that wonderful sound, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. My passport was stamped, and we made our way to the meeting location, and I learned another important lesson. In advance, print everything out. Make 3 copies. One for your carry-on, one for your checked bag, and one for your family to keep at home. Store all the information in your cell phone as well. You'll need to print out all of your travel information, flights and times, also names and phone numbers for all the contacts, visa, passport, permissions, invitation letters, insurance details. You can't depend on everything going as planned, so be prepared. Proverbs 24:27 says, put your outdoor work in order and get your fields ready. After that, build your house. The Book of Wisdom reminds us that before we get too excited about doing the actual purpose of our trip, we have to take care of all the details. If you don't do the first details well, you won't get to the ministry part. Get your work in order by being well prepared with all the arrangements and the documentation. Then, after you've done all that, you can focus on enjoying your time of ministry there. Here are a couple things to think about and talk about. Review your packing list, or make one, to ensure you include all the documents and information that might be needed as you travel. Then, discuss together the plans and the process for handling emergencies or unplanned events while you travel, and how those things will be communicated to one another on the team. We hope that you'll keep on learning from our mistakes and keep on traveling, taking the good news with you wherever you go.